Okay, MLB is back after a 4 or 5 day break, and we are pumped to get back into it and make some money on our fantasy contest. So I'm going to spend 5 minutes on these webinars going through 4 games of the current card for tonight. So these games start at 6 o'clock, and I'm just going to help you understand how to use this FanAd. It spits out these numbers based on thousands and thousands of data points that we developed over the last 2 to 3 years to create these numbers to make it easy for you to have a starting point when you're looking for your lineups. So we're going to dive right in. I want to keep this to 5 minutes. We're going to start with looking for a pitcher. So if you look at the data, the most important data point is the PR. The PR is the pitcher rating. And what you want to look for is a high pitcher rating and obviously a low one. So we color them red and blue, just to blue is good, red is bad, just to draw your eyes to ones that are kind of standouts. So we're going to go through here and try to find a pitcher for tonight for a contest. Mike Leake stands out for St. Louis. Problem is he's erratic. And what erratic means is he can be really good or really bad. He's got a good PR rating, but his recency is poor, and his strikeout rating is not great. In fact, it's pretty bad. And we all know that you get points for strikeouts in fantasy baseball, so we're probably not going to use Leak tonight. Let's move on. Boston, obviously we're not going to use New York. He's an awful recency. He's got a red PR, not interested. Go down to Boston. Yeah, he's got a good strikeout rating, if you look at this, but nothing else really stands out to us. Let's move down to Cleveland. This is the guy we're going to probably use on most of our entries. Great PR number. Good recency. Average means, he's been average. Great strikeout rating. We expect him to pitch a good game tonight. That's all we can do. It's not always going to be right, but what else can you do? That's what the FanAd's telling us. That's who we're going to use. Probably going to also use the Tampa pitcher, this Faria. If you look at his power rating or pitcher rating, it's pretty good at it's 139 here, so that's a good. It's the highest one on the card tonight on these 4 games. Good recency, really good strikeout rating. So we'll probably put 2 entries in with Cleveland, 2 entries in with Tampa. We like to put in enter these contests with 2 entries, 2 to 4 entries each. So we're probably going to put 2 entries in with Cleveland and 2 entries in with Tampa. And then we got to go and look for sluggers. So who we're going to put on our roster to get us some home runs and get us some hits. Well, starting at the top here, want to find a team that's against a bad pitcher. So as you go down here, I'll probably not put anyone in under St. Louis or Pittsburgh. There's no real standout there. Yeah, St. Louis has a pretty good home run rating, which obviously you want the sluggers to hit home runs. That gives you the most points in fantasy baseball. But, this pitcher's decent, so we're probably just going to stay away from sluggers from this game. New York, Boston, we might use some Boston. They don't have a great home run rating tonight, and these home run ratings, they'll change for every game. All these numbers change based on not just a static sabermetrics that most tip sheets are going to give you. These numbers are based on the current, for each one of these, the current matchup. So it takes all the stats into account that, for instance, for New York, Boston, how they hit against ground ball pitchers, fly ball pitchers. Is this guy a fly ball pitcher? Is Boston a ground ball hitter? Is New York Yankee a ground ball pitcher? All of this taken into account to spit out these numbers. So tonight, the home run rating for Boston isn't great, but we might use a couple players from the Boston team because they're facing what should be a pretty bad pitcher. Go down to Cleveland. Again, we would typically want to take some Cleveland hitters if they were facing a poor pitcher, but this pitcher is doing pretty good. In fact, you might even consider using him as one of your pitchers. So we're probably not going to take anyone from Cleveland either. So a couple from Boston. Here's where we're going to load up. We're going to load up on Tampa Sluggers. We're going to stack the team with Tampa Sluggers. Tampa has a really good home run rating tonight at 318, the best on the card of these 4 games, facing the lowest PR rating for a pitcher on the 4-game card. And the last game, Nolasco pitched, he had a game score of 9, which, if you know what a game scores are, that's about as low as you get. So, pitchers, Cleveland, Tampa, sluggers, Tampa, maybe a few from Boston. I'm going to close out there. We're 25 seconds past our 5-minute mark. Good luck in your games tonight, and we'll catch you on the next seminar.